What's up, guys? Back into another reaction to Berserk, this time with chapter, well, I've got the chapters up here now, 15, I think it might actually be in the 30s overall, but chapter 1 of Casca from the 6th volume. We'll be heading on to the 7th volume next episode, but I'm really excited for this one, looking over Casca. Again, she hasn't been too far explored in the manga so far, so I'm again looking forward to spending some quality time with her. We had in the previous couple chapters, to be fair, beforehand, but again, not a proper kind of introspection like what we've had for Guts or Griffith, for example, as of yet. So really, again, excited for this one. We're already starting off with some a little bit of nudity, which is interesting. But it's lucky because I did kind of think this was the the cover image of the whole volume beforehand, which I don't think would be, well, I'm not sure if it would be allowed, to be honest. I've never seen it, so I doubt it would be allowed. But then I remembered this is just a chapter within that volume, isn't it? But yeah, we'll move on here. Nice image of her, we'll say that. But yeah, we ended up Guts ended up stepping in for her because fortunately she's on her period right now while in this battle. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you guys did like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. As I've mentioned a few times now, I'll now be doing these on Tuesdays and Thursdays instead of Mondays and Tuesdays now. I was about to say something. Oh yeah, this video is probably going to be quite short. The last one was about an hour long. I ended up doing 3 chapters in there. This one's only going to be the 2 Casca chapters, and from what it looks like, this one's going to be reasonably short as well. So a bit of a shame, but and it kind of makes up for it later down the line. But we're starting off with, again, the cool ass armor of this dude. Again, I love this. Armor that this I'm not really sure what to call them, this army uses, especially on their horses and such. The horses look cool as fuck, don't they? They really look like kind of battle, kind of warrior horses. Ruthless, so much more intimidating than just like a normal horse. And I think intimidation can be a big thing in a battle and in wars, can't it? What else can you go off other than just kind of raw power and raw like ability with a sword and such, other than kind of what psychological things could you use except for kind of fear and looking massive and such? Not really a whole lot you can do when someone's coming at you with a sword, is there? Burn. I wonder, because I have changed where I'm reading this now. It looks a little bit better, to be honest. No adverts or anything, and the images are slightly bigger, which is nice. But I'm kind of wondering if the subtitles change. I hope not, because they were pretty good in the last translation I read. I'm pretty sure they're translated into proper English rather than like American English with American slang and such. Because funnily enough, they do use quite a lot of slang in when translating stuff. I think that's to replace the Japanese slang. Yeah. This is a cool shot, isn't it? Again, it's trident. He absolutely wrecked motherfuckers with his trident last episode. Wrecked them in one swing. How now, boy? You stopped my attack well, but lightning doesn't strike twice. Can you stop this? The spin. The ultimate spear technique, which can crush even marble, passed secretly down through the Koboldwitz family for 140 years. Is this Koboldwitz? No way is he this cool in the fucking manga. You know what? He was wearing armor like this, wasn't he? No way. I swear he was a lot less cool in the anime and the movie. The ultimate spear technique, which can crush even marble, passed secretly down through the Koboldwitz family for 140 years. It's not a long time. Actually, in these Middle Ages, it probably is quite long, a bit longer than it is now in terms of family members being born and dying, for example. They probably went through more family members in this 140 years than you would nowadays in the next 140 years, is what I'm trying to say. I imagine. Take this. Ganzan Senbu. This translates to as rock cutting whirlwind. Ganzan Senpu. Pretty cool name. As Guts' sword just cracks him. How's he not dead? Is this the same Koboltwits? Maybe there's more of them. We know there's two brothers at least, so I think they're brothers. I'm not 100%. But look at the lack of effort in this face right here. That looks almost like a bit of a fish by itself. Right there, it's like its eyeball. Crack the spear in half. Doesn't make it useless. Pwah. Oh. Gah. Ganjan. What was Ganjan? The fuck is Ganjan? Is that like an actual word? If that's an actual word, whatever it means, I'm going to start using it. Some kind of leaf. That's what I was thinking of originally. Not that kind of leaf. The one on the right here. Ganja. Ganjan. What the hell? It's not a real thing, is it? What the hell is Ganjan? Maybe it's some Japanese phrase that's not translated or something, who knows? Maybe it's just his phrase. Oga! Whoa. What is going on here? So it seems like this one, as opposed to, I'm going to just get up where I usually read it. It seems like from Ganjan and Hogai, it seems like the sound effects aren't translated into English sound effects. Again, I could be, I don't know. I've got no idea. We'll check it out, what's saying here. I think that's one too far. What does it say here? Yeah, it says Nra. Her. So it's the exact same here, beat for beat. Oh, it does say the same. So I think it is the same translation in that case. I think everything has been the same, hasn't it? Strange. Strange indeed. Because that really seems like a Japanese sound effect to me. Of course they are Japanese sound effects, but usually, like we saw earlier, it's translated into like a or something. More English kind of sound. Like, for example, nia and meow. How they're different kind of translations, but the same sound effect. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I'm not sure which ones are more accurate, to be honest with you. Ganjan. Oh yeah. Look at his fucking face right here. How are you not dead? I'm really wondering that. How are you not dead? He does look a bit more goofy here, doesn't he, to be fair? Actually, I'm not sure if that. I think I just lied, to be honest. I think he looks much more goofy in the anime. But this is a goofy shot for sure. And so is this. How are you not dead? As he goes tumbling over there in front of the Man of the Hawk. Bugo! Orowa! Orowa! Is he trying to say Orewa? Like I am or something? I'm a Koboltwitch. Probably. He's crying, blood coming out his nose. He got pretty fucked up there. Is that the tissue in his mouth? That is rank. Ganzan Senpu. So what? So what, bitch? Ganzan Senpu. Oh, awesome! He took that monster down with just 2 swings. That's our captain. Watch him go. That looks like Caucus right there, but Caucus would never be smiling like this at Guts, I don't think. What's wrong? This is how you usually are. Your fighting's horrible. You'll wind up dead if you're out of it. As Casca kind of passes out. Hey! Look like caught Boltwitz's corn. But what that is, oh, it's a bow and arrow. Yeah, what's the actual word for it? A bow and arrow? It's not bow and arrow, is it? I forgot. An arrow launcher is what we'll call it for now. An arrow launcher. Shoots. Who does he aim at here again? Looks like he was aiming for Casca before she started falling. Guts grabs her. You can really tell the size difference from the size of her arm right here. Her arm looks really small, doesn't it? Ah, hell. Captain! Guts! Let's get a zoom in on this face right here. Oh, crap. Ah, no. I've got to like zoom in on the right area. Yeah. Zooming in on Google Chrome without a mouse is pretty difficult. Yeah. We fall off the cliff. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you see the next coming events. I'd say fortunately, to be fair. Captain! Guts! Casca! Not sure much in terms of dialogue this in the start of this chapter, is there? Of course, we started with a war. Well, there was a war kind of starting last chapter, so we'll be getting a lot more dialogue coming up, I think. Ah! Guts! Casca! You drop in the river. Pretty good job to drop in the river from this position, isn't it? Over those trees. As the war continues, we transition. Thank you for letting me know that these are transition scenes. Really helpful. Oh, damn. So when I zoom in, I want to make sure I want to zoom in in the middle. Blah! And I think I also start from the right, don't I? Guts grabs his way up from the river. So this is what I kind of hated about learning to swim and such. I'd always try and float, and I could never float, but it was the fact that when I tried to float and failed, I'd end up drinking a load of water, a load of swimming pool water, and just have fucking horrible chest, not pains, but just felt horrible, had bad poo. It just wasn't nice drinking fucking pool water like that and getting in my nose and such. And I think that as a young kid there was a lot of deterrence, and that just takes me back to it. As he calls himself out with Casca. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did think she was a boulder. I did think she was one of these boulders, but that's Casca there. I'm never doing that again. Oh no. Swinging with my armor on. Swimming with my armor on. Yeah. God. Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure he does end up doing it again though, right? At least once. Casca's still passed out. Have to do some mouth to mouth. Not the first time I'll be doing that. Ooh. Ooh. I'm not sure how to voice that one. Have a big breath of air. Oof. I think it's like a blowing sound, isn't it? Oof. Ooh. I think that's what that sound means. I think it's like that. Yeah, he got stuck by an arrow at the side. Damn it. That whale bastard. He's fish bait next time I see him. Really? Really? That dialogue. That's what we're starting off with. I don't think I can see Guts saying he's fish bait. Punning that with whale bastard, to be honest with you. Maybe it sounds better in Japanese, I don't know, but that sounds like something I wouldn't expect Guts to say personally. Still, we're lucky to be alive. Falling from up there. Hard to believe. What now? Ain't no way we can scale that cliff. How can we get back? Ugh, it's cold. Yeah, raining as well, wow. Raining right after you get out of the river. You jumped 30 odd foot down to. Maybe more. Probably more. High fever. Must be why she fainted. This is bad. If she stays in the rain like this... Cave. Guts and Casca? It was quite a high cliff, but there was a river beneath, so surely... This is him we're talking about. I don't think it's anything life-threatening, at least. But whether he'd land safely or not from that... Apologies. From that height... He had been wounded, and something was wrong with Casca. If we send out a search party, we should hurry. This guy's got the right idea. I don't think anything life-threatening. So Griffith, do you understand? Sir Griffith, you do understand. In war, conquering the enemy is the most important. To spare valuable troops from those granted by the king to confirm the life or death of at least a mere unit commander now would be outrageous. Furthermore, he brought this upon himself by engaging in personal combat. No, that wasn't... Besides, the band of the Hawks highly touted raiders, captain and female commander are together, are they not? That reminds me of someone. I can't remember who though. Yeah, he's got a familiar looking face though, hasn't he? For me. Maybe because I'm English. I see quite a lot of people with faces similar to this. Yeah, I think that's one of... again, this guy looks like Caucus, but I think this is, again, one of Guts's men that he leads, trying to intervene, saying, no, that wasn't... And then, what's his name, Jadao, just kind of pulls him back. Higher-ups are talking right now. They ought to be able to surmount such a dilemma with ease. Certainly, if they're alive. Griffith really contemplating this, isn't he? Really thinking. That's bandaging himself up. All the armor's off. Now what to do? Some of the enemy saw us fall. If I kindle a fire, it'd be like telling them we're here. And Casca can't leave here for a while yet. That face. He knows what he has to do. It's funny how it comes around, isn't it? How Casca done this for him earlier on, while not knowing him at all. And then he does it for her after she's been not the biggest fan of him so far. Just shows that they are good people internally, rather than all those outside kind of perspectives of being bitchy or being seen as someone who doesn't care for others. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, they do what it needs to keep their comrade alive, keep that person alive, whoever it is, as long as they're a decent person. Can't help it. There's just no other way. Oh well, that's the way it is. Besides, it's not exactly the first time with her. Exactly. What a pain. As we undress her. What the hell's she thinking anyway? Just don't wake up. Going into battle with a fever? This is why women don't have any sense. Yeah. You best hope she don't wake up. She'll be swinging. Oh, and he's... Oh shit, you got it in his hands. Did that happen in the anime? I remember. Probably. Plenty of boobs in this chapter, isn't there? Blood? Did the idiot get wounded? He looks down upon her. I think there's a bit more blood right there, isn't there? Streaking down. Again, another nice shot of Casca there. Except the blood. Except the blood. So that's it. Must be rough being a woman. That's the one thing I've always thought would be so, well, everything that comes with that, to be honest. Like having children, that sounds like an absolute fucking nightmare. Like 9 months of your life, and then one extremely painful moment afterwards. I mean, it's all painful leading towards that, and I think it like grows more intense. And then having that moment of absolute pain, and then still having your period and such, just sounds like a lot to deal with, doesn't it? For a woman. But I think that's given taken that aspect throughout men and women's lives, isn't there? Men and women have those kind of pains in different ways, maybe psychologically, maybe physically. Maybe not so much back in the days, but nowadays, definitely. As you get this awesome shot here. Casca 1 end. Yeah, that was unbelievably short, wasn't it? Fucking hell. I like this though. This is a cute in its own way. Cute for Berserk. Cute little panel here with Casca, with Guts warming up Casca, laying naked in between him. That's nice. Nice way to end it off. Did we see a Casca not naked in this chapter? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Not in the second half. Wow. Of course, they're the comments. I don't even know why I bothered scrolling down. Don't know why I bothered. Okay. Into Casca Chapter 2. First one was decent, wasn't it? Again, not too much there different from the anime. Quite kind of big scenes for both Casca and Guts, so I can't really imagine leaving much of that out, but I'm not sure what the hell this is. I don't recognise these characters at all. Oh, is that Casca? Oh, so is this going to be looking at Casca's backstory? Okay, nice. Is that Casca as well? They both Casca? got that kind of upturned nose. You can tell mine is very down low. I think I did read somewhere in some kind of some segment or something that the most sought after nose is a nose that kind of goes up like that. So again, mine goes down a hell of a lot. So it says a lot, doesn't it? Whether you come along or not is your own decision. You know how to fight already, don't you? But Casca Chapter 2. Let's go. Let's go. But his guts. With black vest on. Yo. Covered in leaves. Yo. Gonna change my song up real quick. Go check out the nagging as well. Very nice. I'm sure what happened last week for like 3 or 4 days last week. Just randomly started lagging every video. Really strange. Really annoying. Really annoying. Where? The cave by the river. Luckily, falling into the river saved us. River? What the heck? You don't remember a thing? After I had it out with that whale jerk, you lost your footing and fell off the cliff. You're pretty easy going, considering we almost drowned. Stupid. Lie down for now. The fever ain't done dropping yet. That on her arm. Oh, so it's a leaf. More boobs. Fuck it. These adverts nowadays. I swear anyone can put an advert on YouTube nowadays. Anyone. Yeah, lovely shot here of Casca. Cascas look really good. Throughout this whole manga, to be honest with you. But especially in a few of these shots here, this is a really nice shot. Because it's got the toes in. Nah. Looks really good here as well. Oh, it almost reminds me a little bit of a scene of a panel with Slain. Slain does look reasonably similar in a kind of strange way. Facial wise, I think. Obviously she looks different as well. But looks reasonably similar. What could I do? You are soaking wet and freezing to death to boot. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Again, I love her hair. Love her hair. What's that look for? Here. Bang. Ow! What are you doing? That hurt a ton. Here, I saved you, and now. Is that his old lava? Fucking hell. Man, I never thought I'd see the day I'd see guts looking like this. Looking like a frog. Looking like Frogger. Man, Frogger, fucking hell, that's a throwback game. Used to play that when I was like 10. On the start of like computers and such. Well, not the start, but in like the early 2000s. When you had like an internet box, you'd have to like connect it up to. Yeah, it's a different time. I remember one time, because the PC was always up, I had to kind of stand on a chair and then kind of step onto the ledge and turn the computer on myself. Done that and then fell down and then I dropped and my bottom of my chin hit the ledge and my tongue was out and then went like that and I went halfway through the bottom of my tongue. A lot of blood. Don't remember it being all that painful though. It didn't end up being too bad, I don't think, but There was a lot of blood, and I was very scared. I was kind of fascinated though, more than anything, funnily enough, at that age. Imagine though if I cut my whole tongue off of that. I don't think that's possible, to be honest. Actually, it probably is possible with enough force, but it was not possible for what I done, I don't think. I wonder if I didn't have my tongue there. If I didn't have my tongue there, would my teeth have just gone into my other teeth and just fucked them up? I guess it's kind of lucky if that would have been the case. Yeah, enough reminiscing. Hey, cut that out. Funny, I'm reminiscing about a seemingly bad memory. Oh, again, I didn't see it was that bad though. Cut that out. Fucking hell, the swords, hey. The swords are getting thrown. She's just laughing. Oh no, she's panning. Chuck everything. There's nothing next to her now. Chuck everything possible at him. Hello? You finished now? You hysteric bitch? I ain't trying to lord this over you, but I'm the one who almost died dragging you out of the river with my armor on. With armor on, should I say? He's lucky he's got that plate there. Yes, she could have aimed for that. That would have been painful. Instead of one word of thanks, you hurl a knife at me. If you weren't a woman, I'd knock your jaw right out of joint, right out of joint for that. So pissed. I can't stomach it. A woman playing at being a knight. Women are inferior to men in strength. What use could they be in a battle? Perhaps you even achieved your rank of commander by sneaking into that man Griffith's bedroom. Damn, you're always so ready to be pissed off about something. He's put that well. You're always ready to be pissed off about something. This is why women ain't cut out to be warriors. What? I wasn't. I wasn't born a woman because I wanted to be. Now she's crying. This is way before its time, this is, isn't it? This is like the internal debate of today's age, and I'm not even going to bother fucking saying what I think about the whole situation. Not even going to bother. Now she's crying. Hey, sorry. Not that I really get it. Another one. Phew, whoa. Son of a... You really are some kind of bitch. Calm your ass down. Don't make me force you. Let go. And you got to appreciate her figure, to be fair. This is probably one of my ideal kind of bodies. So I'm really not too fussy. I'm really not too fussy. And very nice. That's what I like anyway. A little bit of muscle, a little bit of kind of workout, which obviously Casca does. She fights in wars and battles and such, so she can definitely hold her own in that respect. But yeah, I like a little something in that manner. Don't really care about the size of anything, to be honest. Hey, as long as they're not bigger than me as well. I wouldn't have minded that much, but it would be slightly weird. I told you. Got to feel bad for her, though, haven't you? The amount that goes against you nowadays, I imagine, as a as a woman that would want to be in a position of a man or a seen as men's position. I'm not sure what I can compare that to nowadays. I'm not going to. Again, I feel like just getting so much trouble if you say anything about this situation, so I'm not going to. But yeah, if, nowadays it'd be hard enough to do what she's doing. Imagine trying to be a man as a woman in these ages. It'd be absolutely brutal. think that's what women don't get sometimes. That if you'd done that in this age, you would most likely just die very early, just because physically you're not the same anatomy wise. I mean, it's just not what you'd expect. Being a man is quite dirty. You've got to deal with a lot of dirt and such. I'm talking about not just fucking like mud. There's infections, like jumping into having like grievously body harm. I mean, look at Guts' body later on in the manga; it's all absolutely destroyed. Would you really be willing to accept that? Not sure a lot of people would. Here, put this on. I was wearing it, so it's dry already. Sniff. What? You still crying? Oh, shut up! Look away. It's pathetic. You're the only one I didn't want to be saved by. Sob. Of course she puts the shirt on, yet everything is visible still. Okay. She hates me. She really hates me. Shouldn't have saved her. So, speaking of which, why'd you join the Band of the Hawk? Like I said before, ain't it rough for a woman? Fighting for a living? That's what I just said. If you don't want to say it, then whatever. Griffith. It's Griffith. My home village. Yeah, we are going to get the backstory. I think this chapter is a little bit longer than the last one, isn't it? Was poor and nestled in a mountain ravine. The land was barren, and we couldn't really grow much beside oats. Even so, we were bled dry by taxes for the war effort. Having to go 3 days without any food was a common thing. Fucking hell. People even starved to death in winter. Is that what they lived in? All these graves. Who knows? I think there'd be weird graves, thinking about it. What are these then? Are these actually where they lived? Just standing up? No idea. I'm really not sure what these are. Am I being stupid here, people? Like, this looks like where they live. What's this? What are these? They look like public toilets. With someone praying inside. I'm not sure what is going on here. Someone praying there as well. Some guy just standing there. What are these? Is this just what they'd like have to... Do they build these to like stand in winter so they wouldn't get snowed on? I don't fucking know. If any of you guys could explain that, that would be awesome. Because the village was near the border, it was often involved in skirmishes. What happened? When that happened, all we could do was hide in mountains and watch silently as our houses and fields were ravaged. It was just like any other village. We were all used to being robbed and walked over. I too thought that such a way of life was just natural. One day, a nobleman who happened to pass through the village on a long ride caught sight of me. Looks like a witch. The nobleman approached my parents saying he wanted me for a castle maid. While my father was reluctant, he accepted the offer. There was no other practical answer. My family had 6 children and strangely none of us had starved to death by then. I think it was the natural choice for my father to lose his youngest daughter, who wasn't much use as a worker and yet another mouth to feed. That, and I think he might be sending you off to a kind of better quality of life. As much as you'll probably be a slave, again, you probably got a better chance to survive and actually live a reasonable life with this nobleman, I guess. But yeah, rewatching Vinland Saga at the minute, there's quite a lot of this going on. Quite crazy, isn't it? If you're living these days, just someone just fucking what was it? Boat on over to you. I was gonna say fly. Boat on over, just steal your house, steal your food, kill everyone. A normal thing. Oh god. But en route to the castle, Never trust a smile like this. We actually see his face here. I'm not sure we see him at all in the anime or anything, do we? I think they kind of blur it out or something. It was obvious when you think about it. This was his aim from the beginning. There's no nobleman whimsical enough to go out of his way to save a destitute girl he's never seen before. Destitute? I don't know what that word means. Destitute. Extremely poor and lacking the means to provide for oneself. I've never heard that before. Destitute. It does kind of sound that way. Sounds how it means. Oh god. I can't help it, it's natural. Those two ideas were already in my heart to help me stay connected to reality. But, just then. What was that? That's a sword. Oh shit. That would be painful as hell. That would be painful as hell. Griffith. Looking heavenly on that horse right there. Looks like straight out of a dream. His scene looks like straight out of a dream. Does being born of nobility mean that you're chosen by God? So strange. If it was the image of some saint adorning the wall of my village church had just come to life, it was awe-inspiring, an otherworldly spectacle. That is a bit more than I described it, but similar. You can see them just talking again. So much boob in this fucking chapter. Jesus Christ! I swear there was nowhere near this amount in the anime. I thought God had taken pity on this miserable, powerless girl and sent an angel. That's how it seemed for an instant to me at 12 years old. It probably would when you're that age. I was reading some interesting thing about like kids being in a very imagination focused phase for the younger part of their life, and I very much see that as true. Your imagination kind of takes over most of your life. It is most of your kind of focus, I think, imagining things, and that's why when you like played with toys, for example, and such, you actually and played with like having a tea party. I can't remember I heard this, but when you're having like a tea party, for example, as a girl, and you're feeding out tea to the toys and such, you actually kind of see that as a thing that's happening, and you imagine that kind of really happening. And then you kind of snap out that phase, don't you? I don't know when that was for me, but I definitely had that experience. I had loads of toys and such, Power Ranger toys, for example, and swords and such. And then at some point, you just go like that, and it just changes. But yeah, I remember hearing about that. It was really interesting. But yeah, at this age, if you were like that at this age, again, you could very much see Griffith being a kind of holy kind of being to Casca, and having it being in a situation like this. Having that throughout her whole life and not having that clap moment is very much expected. Very much so. But what that angel extended to me wasn't a fairy tale, like helping hand in my time of need. If you have something to protect, take up that sword. Then he's dropping the reality on her. I think this is the kind of the click moment I was talking about, where you realise reality and realise what you have to do to survive and do on a day-to-day basis. She grabbed it. That's the thing here, isn't it? As much as we don't really know whether she's the one that kind of pushed it through, or well, obviously he jumped on her, so it was kind of going that way. But we don't really know whether it was him that jumped on her that killed himself, or her pushing it through him that killed him. The fact that she took up arms is it's separate, but it's something massive of itself, isn't it? The fact that this guy died is not the massive thing. I think the massive part of this is that, again, she went for that sword. She went for her life. I think she did kind of push it through him from the face here, though. It kind of looks like she's putting a lot of energy into it. Pushing him aside there. That is a creepy ass face, isn't it? That is a face you would see a horror movie character with, isn't it? Almost looks like an old woman's face. I was afraid. I don't know whether I stabbed him or if he fell on the blade by himself. In any case, I killed someone for the first time. See, this is how people remember things. They don't really. Obviously, we see it here. This is what I was talking about with the flashback stuff in the movies. This is a flashback, and there's no haze. There's no kind of part that we can't see, but we still get that the fact that she doesn't understand what really happened herself here. You don't need anything extra to tell us that, other than the fact that that's what she remembers it. That's how she remembers it. She doesn't know if she stabbed him or not. We get a better idea of it here. I'm pretty sure she did. But she doesn't know that. Again, I imagine it was a very, I'm not sure what the word is, an adrenaline-filled moment. More than an adrenaline-filled moment. What I'm trying to say. I was so afraid. I couldn't speak or move from that spot. I was never going to let go of the sword with blood dripping from it. That's a proud Griffith. He just nodded, deeply and slowly. But that was the real helping hand that he extended to me. It was indeed. The power to save yourself. The fear didn't vanish completely, but the feelings of guilt and regret faded. His magnificence, and the warmth of the blanket he gave me filled my heart. Griffith, we're finished over there. Are these people robbers? Ah, wait. What should I do? Do as you wish. Let me come with you. On impulse, those words sprang from my mouth. Almost like she can't believe it herself. Let me come with you. Getting that courage, getting that chest speak. Hey, don't joke around, girlie. We ain't just some thieves. We're collecting war funds so we can eventually set up an army. How can we fight with women and kids along? I can't go back to my village. If I go back alone and unhurt, the official will never believe that you aided me. He's the same as the nobles. I don't know what I'd use as an excuse when they question me. Besides, it would be a burden on my family. Please, if you tell me to learn the sword, I will. So, is that Caucus? Pippin? Jidao? Although he looks reasonably old. Whoa, she's serious. You might die, you know. Oh, that's interesting. Is that Griffith's way of like telling her that she might, well, obviously that there's a risk of dying, but that she will die for his plan and his dream, and him kind of accepting the fact that she agrees to that, but kind of strangely not saying that she would die for his dream, but just in general that she would die. Kind of feels like he's kind of talking to himself there as well. He's trying to okay it with himself. I'm okay with letting this kid die if she agrees to it and for my dream. I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that probably. But I don't know. I kind of get that feeling that he's kind of asking himself that question about her as well. Are we sure it's okay to bring this kid with us and potentially let her die for my dream? And the answer is yes. We get a nod. We get a wholesome little smile here from Griffith. Didn't I tell you? Do as you wish. Whether you come along or not is your decision. You know how to fight already, don't you? But you were the one. You gave me the sword and the blanket. The sword and the blanket. That's a nice way of phrasing that, isn't it? He did provide both. The sword and the blanket. Ah, that's how we're ending here. You know, we've got the same fucking guy in the comment section, by the way. I feel like the adverts were probably better than the comment section on this fucking website. The adverts on the other site, but I'll just try not to scroll down. But wow, that was a really awesome end to this chapter, wasn't it? Again, I love this line right here. Obviously, it's from what happened a bit further up. From what happened right here. Again, really wholesome, but quite dark backstory as well, isn't it? But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I won't keep you guys too long again. I know I was chatting a load of rubbish in my last reaction to this manga, but again, plenty of nudity and such in these chapters, as kind of expected. I didn't expect it to be near this amount though. It was pretty much every other kind of scene with Casca talk, and very much not needed, but again, I've not really got any issues with it unless it's from this chapter. I don't really like seeing it from younger Casca, to be honest with you. So try to go through that as fast as possible. But yeah, awesome couple chapters for Casca, wasn't it? Seeing more of her character, seeing her with Guts as well, seeing how Guts deals with her and what his thoughts are about her, and seeing her backstory there was great. I can't remember what I was going to get to here. Well, yeah, we didn't get to the scene with Casca and Guts just yet, did we? I don't know why I keep putting on these nudity bits. I think that's going to be coming up in the few chapters after this. I'm not sure what chapters they're going to be covering. If it's going to be more Casca. Oh shit, that's an awesome cover right there. Coloured Casca and Guts. That's awesome. But yeah, we'll be moving on to the next volume in the next reaction. I'm hoping for more Casca, to be fair. Yeah, so there is one more chapter of Casca, so can't wait for that, and then some other ones I don't know which are. I obviously know the Doldre ones, but I think I know the Campfire of Dreams as well. But Prepared for Death. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys thought about these couple chapters in the comment section. Again, really good for Casca. Not quite as I'm still not quite loving her as much as I did in the anime at this point, I don't think. I'm not really sure what the difference is though, because again, it's not like they've skipped anything in the manga. The manga is the source material, but I'm really wanting more out of her, if you know what I'm saying. I really want to explore her character even more so than the backstory we got today. I want to explore it in the kind of current time, if that makes sense to you guys, which we definitely will be in the next chapter. I think that'll be my kind of turning point on her character. I didn't really like her all that much in the start of the anime. And then absolutely came to love her character again. You can just tell who the good people are in this series from the actions they take, like Guts saving Casca and Casca saving Guts, for example. No matter who they are, they do enough to save that person, which again, you can tell that's a good person rather than just doing some kind of offhandedly saving. Griffith done something similar as well. He saved Casca, but in a way that he didn't really kind of do all that much to save her. You could tell it wasn't out of... It was kind of out of the goodness of his heart, but it also kind of wasn't. It's hard to explain, but I get the feeling it wasn't the same type of saving situation as we see with Casca and Guts and Casca. It was something more to that, wasn't there? But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these chapters down in the comment section. Again, plenty to probably discuss, because definitely have some interesting thoughts that I probably don't agree with myself when I look back. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'm recording this on Thursday, so I'm going to be uploading this next Tuesday, I believe. So I'll be back on Thursday in a couple of days with chapter 3 of Casca and volume 8, I think it is now, or 7. So hopefully you join me there, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.